Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora says Election Commission will never go back to era of ballot papers. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme brought social transformation, says Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi. ISRO to launch student satellite Kalamsat from Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota tonight. WTO Chief Roberto Azevedo calls for urgent steps to deal with emerging global trading challenges. In sports, PV Sindhu's Saina Nehwal and Kidambi Srikanth advanced to singles quarterfinals at Indonesia Masters Badminton. And in Australian Open tennis, Petra, Kvitova and Naomi Osaka enter women's singles final. Rafael Nadal reach men's singles final. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora has categorically stated that the Election Commission of India would not be intimidated or coerced to go back to paper ballot system. He said that commission would continue to use electronic voting machines and voter-verifiable paper audit trail machines. Mr. Arora was speaking at an international conference on making our elections inclusive and accessible in New Delhi today. He termed the recent controversies surrounding EVMs as unfortunate.
This is very unfortunate. My simple question is that if the result is X, EVM is right. If the result turns out to be Y, the EVM is faulted. Why have we kind of made machine and that too manufactured under highly secure conditions by the two PSUs? However, I would like to make it very, very clear once more. In fact, it's not it's the entire ECI. It's the ECIs of the past and it will be the ECIs of the future that we are not going back to the era of ballot papers.
Mr. Arora said the Election Commission's systematic voters' education and electoral participation program has been a success in empowering voters. The conference was hosted by the Election Commission of India in connection with the 9th National Voters' Day tomorrow. Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi today has taken several steps to empower girl child. She said a social transformation can be seen towards girl empowerment after the launch of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. The minister was speaking at a function to observe the anniversary of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme in New Delhi. The day is also celebrated as the National Girl Child Day. She said child sex ratio has also improved substantially in several states, including Haryana and Punjab, following several initiatives taken by the present government.
मैं बहुत खुशी से आपको बताती हूँ कि ये 800 का जो आंकड़ा है वो अभी 950 बन गया है। इसका मतलब है कि पूरा माहौल बदल गया है। एक लड़की जहाँ मारी जाती थी अब उसकी इज्जत होती है। ऐसे ऐसे स्टेटों में हरियाणा, पंजाब, दिल्ली, गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र जहाँ उसकी कोई इज्जत पहले मुश्किल से होती थी।
Ms. Gandhi also thanked stakeholders in the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao for their constant efforts towards generating awareness on the issue of girl child. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in January 2015 at Panipat in Haryana. The Supreme Court today refused to stay the proposed amendments to the SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act that rule out any provision for anticipatory bail for a person accused of atrocities against SC/STs. A bench headed by Justice A.K. Sikri said the pending review petition filed by the Centre against the Apex Court's 20th March verdict and the pleas challenging the new amendments made in the SC/ST verdict will be taken up together. The bench referred the matter to the Chief Justice for reconstitution of a bench which Justice U.U. Lalit was a part of. The BJP today said that farm loan waiver in Congress-ruled states is just an eyewash and deceit with the farmer. Addressing a press conference at party headquarters in New Delhi, senior party leader and Union Minister Manoj Sinha said merely making the slogan is the character of the Congress party and that they forget everything after getting the votes.
चाहे वो मध्य प्रदेश हो, राजस्थान हो, कर्नाटक हो, इन तीनों राज्यों में किसानों की हालत बड़ी खराब है। आत्महत्याओं का सिलसिला बढ़ता जा रहा है और कांग्रेस पार्टी ने किसानों को बरगला करके वोट किया। जो कर्जदार नहीं है उनकी सूची प्रकाशित की जा रही है और पूरी ऋण माफी एक मजाक बन गई।
President Ramnath Kovind will address the nation tomorrow on the eve of the 70th Republic Day. The address will be broadcast from 7 p.m. on the entire national network of All India Radio and telecast over all channels of Doordarshan in Hindi, followed by the English version. Broadcast of the address in Hindi and English on Doordarshan will be followed by broadcast in regional languages by regional channels of Doordarshan. AIR will broadcast regional language versions from 9:30 p.m. onwards on its respective regional networks. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today welcomed tableau artists, tribal guests, NCC cadets and NSS volunteers to his residence in New Delhi. Congratulating the artists and participants for their participation in the Republic Day parade and related events, Mr. Modi said this is a great opportunity of their lives and the whole country takes inspiration from them. The Prime Minister spoke of the importance of discipline in daily life and added that discipline is an integral part of NCC. He said that citizens should remain aware of their civic duties at all times. Mr. Modi said civic duties combined with the aspirations of the people will take India to great heights. On the occasion, Prime Minister also witnessed colourful cultural performances by some of the invitees. Minister of Information and Broadcasting and Youth Affairs, Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore has said nation building is a collaborative effort between the government and the citizens. He was addressing the National Declamation Contest on Patriotism and Nation Building in New Delhi today. The minister said, nation building is a task that cannot be outsourced to anyone. Mr. Rathore said, symbols like national song and national flag, which evoke feelings of belonging and patriotism, are very important in a country with such diversity.
हर नागरिक की एक जिम्मेदारी है, उसी संविधान में लिखा हुआ है। तो हर नागरिक को ये याद रखना भी बहुत जरूरी है कि जहां हमें वो संविधान फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन देता है, तो वही संविधान हमारे पे एक जिम्मेदारी भी रखता है और बड़ी सरल जिम्मेदारी है वो कि हम जो भी काम करें, हम जिस भी क्षेत्र में काम कर रहे हो, किसी भी फील्ड में काम कर रहे हो, अपनी तरफ से बेहतरी से काम करें।
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. The stage is all set for the launch of PSLV C-44 carrying student satellite Kalamsat and imaging satellite Microsat-R from Satish Dhawan Space Centre, Sriharikota tonight. ISRO officials said the countdown is progressing smoothly and fuel filling process has reached the final stage. Our correspondent reports that PSLV C-44 is a 4-stage liquid and solid launch vehicle.
PSLV C-44 is all set to take off at 11:37 p.m. tonight. The 44-meter tall launch vehicle will be carrying Kalamsat and Microsat-R. Both the satellites weigh around 1 kilogram. The launch vehicle will put them in orbit after it reaches the space in about 103 minutes after takeoff. This year, ISRO has a remarkable target of 37 missions. Joy, AIR News, reporting from Sriharikota.
Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Arora today commissioned the Naval Air Base INS Kohasa at Diglipur in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. This will be the country's third naval air facility after INS Utkarsh at Port Blair and INS Baz at Campbell Bay in the Andaman that overlooks key sea lanes of communication and strategic points. Speaking on the occasion, Admiral Arora emphasized that INS Kohasa will enhance Indian Navy's operational capabilities in the region. He said the Naval Air Station has been developed to meet both military and civil needs, as it will also provide impetus to the UDAN scheme. More from a correspondent.
Commissioning of INS Kohasa furthers the commitment of the Government of India for the enhancement of the infrastructure capabilities and capacities in these strategic islands. The busy sea lanes that lie off the southern shores connect the west and the east. The new naval base will help in providing impetus to the UDAN scheme of Government of India and will complement Indian Navy's role as a net service provider in the Indian Ocean region. This is Musin from Port Blair for AIR News.
Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Jagannath and more than 3,200 guests of 15th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas today visited Kumbh Mela at Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Jagannath visited the Sangam, Hanuman Temple, Akshay Wat and Kumbh's newly developed Integrated Command Control Centre in Prayagraj. Speaking on the occasion, he said it is a unique spiritual experience for him.
It's a unique spiritual experience for me and my wife and my delegation. And I wish that through my visit this time, the very strong bonds that exist between India and Mauritius will consolidate further.
The 12th Jaipur Literature Festival, considered to be the Kumbh of Literature, began today. Around 500 authors, literateurs and thinkers are participating in the 5-day event. Writers from 17 languages are participating this time, and the youngest author is just 10 years old. A report.
Nobel laureate Sir Venki Ramakrishnan addressed the inaugural session on the role of science in today's world. Many foreign and Indian writers and artists were present on this occasion. In another session, noted writer Guljar and his daughter Meghna shared anecdotes in an interaction with editor Shantanu Ray Chaudhary. The festival is to host well-known personalities including Prasoon Joshi, Javed Akhtar and many others. Jitendra Dwivedi, EIR News, Jaipur.
In Haryana, 6 labourers were killed when a 4-story under-construction building collapsed at a village in Gurgaon today. Rescue officials suspect that 1 or 2 more people could be trapped at the site in Ullavas village near Sector 65 of Gurgaon. Rescue operation will continue during the night. Chief Minister Manohar Lal has announced an ex gratia of 3 lakh rupees to the families of each deceased. A magisterial inquiry has been ordered into the incident. The World Trade Organization WTO chief Roberto Azevedo has warned that the global trading system is heading for what he called dark ages if urgent steps are not taken. Speaking at a meeting at World Economic Forum in Davos, he urged the world leaders to hammer out a multilateral trading agreement. The WTO chief's warning came as the world leaders were debating on emerging threats to international trading systems amid a growing clamour in several countries for inward-looking policies. Mr. Azevedo said the challenges are bigger than ever before. The IMF has also said that the ongoing trade war between the US and China is hurting global growth. Besides, China's economy grew at its slowest pace since 1990 in the last quarter of 2018. In a special address at the World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos today, UN Chief Antonio Guterres warned that a fragmented response to global challenges is a recipe for disaster. In badminton, Indian trio of PV Sindhu, Saina, Nehwal and Kidambi Srikanth eased into Indonesia Masters quarter-final with straight game victories over their respective opponents in Jakarta today. Second seed Sindhu defeated Gregoria Mariska Tunjung 23-21, 21-7 to make the last 8 stage of her season opener. Sindhu is expected to take on Spain's Carolina Marin next. Saina too stormed into the last 8 with a 21-17, 21-15 win over Indonesia's Fitriani. She will next face Pompoini Chochuang of Thailand. 8th seed Srikanth recorded a clinical 21-14, 21-9 win over Japan's Asian Games bronze medalist Kenta Nishimoto. In Australian Open tennis, Petra Kvitova from Czech Republic and Naomi Osaka from Japan have reached the women's singles Grand Slam finals. They will clash in final on Saturday. Earlier today, in the first semi-final match of women's singles, Kvitova has beaten Danielle Collins from the United States 7-6, 6-0 to return to a Grand Slam final for the first time since winning the Wimbledon title in 2014. In the second semi-finals, Naomi Osaka has defeated Karolina Pliskova of Czech Republic 6-2, 4-6, 6-4. In men's singles, second seed Rafael Nadal of Spain ended Greek youngster Stefanos Tsitsipas' captivating run to reach his 5th Australian Open final. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora says the Election Commission will never go back to era of ballot papers. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme brought social transformation, says Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi. ISRO to launch student satellite Kalamsat from Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota tonight. And in Australian Open tennis, Petra, Kvitova and Naomi, Osaka enter women's singles final. Rafael Nadal reach men's singles final. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.